Your Honors, Majesties, my lords, Excellency, Your Magnificence, Sir, Ma'am, Other. Who is our nation's first line of defense? CIA claims to be, appear to be receiving my green light. FBI at 195 countries. NSA don't even work here. Homeland apparently doesn't either. The first line of defense for any rational authority for the past 3,000 years has been the Hippocratic Oath. I'm sorry, officer. I cannot accommodate your request. I have an oath. Doesn't always work. Sometimes it might work. It's an opportunity. You have a reason to say no. It's not like, Louis Lasagna just supposed to sell these abortions as fast as we can. Something like hotcakes. First, do no harm. For somebody who matters. If you tarnish that expensive person's name, you will no longer be practicing in his service, or probably anybody's. It's not blasphemy. You want the job or not. Just swear to whatever gods or goddesses you expect to meet if you violate that oath, because we're going to save them a trip. The ancient classical prestige of doctor does not exist without the stoic oath of Hippocrates. First, do no harm. Or harm is the basis for your authority, not who can sell whatever the fast is. You're either a slave of the prophet or the infidel. I don't know if you got what it takes to go toe-to-toe with a Hashashin. Humans don't just sling illicit contraband and call it a religion. Now, there's no reason for some opportunistically gullible charlatan to get confused about where I was or who I was with or what I was doing. I was innocent, not forgiven. Saudi Taliban are still Taliban. Well, we can't just discriminate against all these people. Human rights. But when I was arguing for Bradley Manning's, right to some kind of defense, or Julian Assange, I mean, they honey trapped him because they couldn't make treason stick because he wasn't a citizen. But you could have extradited him to a white collar prison, allow him to mount a defense. Because cutting into your overhead is not necessarily a crime. You can't just say the team with the bigger budget is the humans. First, do no harm, Washington, or your opinion on anyone's use of beneficial chemicals is null and void. It's moot. It's stupid. It's expensive. It's too expensive to feed you. You have justified self-defense to say nothing of self-medication. First, do no harm, or you get stupid doctors. Stupid. Play Muslim games, win Muslim prizes. Ask a stupid question, get a stupid answer. Call me a liar to my face. The advanced trigonometry applied to justify quantitative easing. QE1, QE2, QE3. Exactly how much jet fuel do you think it takes to knock down 3 towers with 2 planes and a paper fire? This is why they canceled IQ testing, Canada. Canada doesn't ride with me, Washington. We're free lunch. None of this makes any sense at any point thus far with any honorable intention behind it. You can't protect a fool and a coward from himself for any amount of gold in the world. First, do no harm. And now, there's an argument. I guess these Canadian test tube babies are raised in a very sanitary environment. They're discouraged from any kind of free thought. They are pure as the driven snow, spotless, just innocent, naive, harmless, soft. And you come down here and you let them hear some old 90s industrial metal, and they get out of the truck. They can't take it. But then these other guys, I guess one day they they get into something they shouldn't, and they get carried away with it because it's the first time they ever lived, and they get busted, and they get punished extremely harshly, and they turn into a monster. They're protected by our enemies. They congregate into these little communities. They move around. They don't know each other's names. And I don't ride with rapists. Like most English-speaking Catholics in the world, London's uh, church is hospitallers, and what that means is you've got London over here forgiving whatever damage, and then the Vatican being framed and blamed, alleged, misrepresented, because there's no way he forgave that. If he did, he was coerced, and I didn't forgive it. So we're not obligated. We don't forgive lying to the Pope. There's a lot of different excuses out there, brainwashing. I rationally and canonically debunked Satanism as a as a system of belief. I mean, these people are told what to believe. There's no, you can do whatever you want as long as you do whatever you tell you. So what? Aside from one illusion after another, it changes its name every time. Islam, it doesn't qualify by ancient classical stipulations as a religion. So for the IRS, I have written a revised version of, well, various theological terms, as well as an argument for discretion in the abortion issue. That way, we don't necessarily need to feed straight from the hand of the messenger of Allah until he owns us. The IRS or their replacements. But Jackson stays on the money. I mean, somebody was confused, Mr. President. I sure as heck was. I'm not afraid to acknowledge that, but I did what I did. Like I said, I didn't just because I was confused. It's not first, do no harm, absolutely ever. It's first, do no harm, and then do your. Then it's time for surgery. Turn the other cheek. Determine the source of the attack. It's not, oh, I can't. You're scared. You're stupid. You lose. We floated kegger one night and rolled out to the local BYOB. I drank a half a fifth of Parrot Bay. I didn't have $5 to get in, so I asked one of the rednecks in front of me if I could get $5, maybe pay back or whatever. He's like, nah, give me an attitude. So I dropped that line from Menace to Society with the cheeseburgers on him, and he got real, like he hadn't seen the movie. If you're not going to be driving, coconut rum mixes real good with beer, and probably not, hitting rednecks up for money, probably a good idea. So we go in, and it is just beat. It's stupid, and we're hanging around, and then the posse rolls in and just pour in through the front door, and we're like, what is this? They just come at us. They start swinging, and I'm just head on a swivel, and finally one of them engages, and I slide him. I was a little disappointed that it was over so fast, but then I see my platoon leader getting ready to kill this one dude, and I was like, hey, you win. Just let it go. So I don't know. Police were police were mentioned. That's right. We were all waiting. We were standing there waiting for the police to show. I don't know what. So the rednecks old ladies came in, looking us up and down, and one of them singled me out and just started slapping the you know what out of me. Whack, whack, whack. And I'm not gonna lie, a tear came to my eye. But what do I have to gain? She didn't try anything funny. Let me get this straight, corporate. You want me to go into your corporate Coke and Pepsi conversion of souls so you can make me one of those people? You have any idea? I'm good already. You just pay me up front. I ain't gotta do it. First, I shall do no harm. Don't get pushy. mfrodeo.blogspot.com. My first rodeo, my very first. Born yesterday. I can't wait. First, do no harm. And then you came to the right guy.